Not everyone will walk beside you on this winding, unpredictable road called life. Not everyone will raise their voice to cheer when you dare to dream beyond the horizon. There will be days, long, heavy, soul-testing days, when the crowd thins out, when the hands that once steadied you slip away, when the chatter of encouragement dissolves into a deafening silence. All that's left is you, your breath fogging in the cold air, your heartbeat thumping like a war drum, your thoughts spinning in the stillness. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the raw, unfiltered truth. Sometimes you have to rise alone. You have to chase that wild, untamed vision, the one that grips your soul and won't let go, with no one to lean on, no team to carry you across the finish line. It's just you standing at the edge of the unknown, staring into the abyss of possibility. And you know what? That's not a sentence to despair over. It's an invitation to power. Because when the world steps back, you step forward. When the lights dim and the voices fade, you find your own. This is your moment to dig into the marrow of who you are, to peel back the layers of doubt and to prove, to yourself most of all, that you don't need a shadow to cast your own light. Solitude isn't your enemy. It's your forge. It's where you're shaped, sharpened, made unbreakable. Now imagine this. You're out there, alone, boots planted in the dirt as the storm rages. The wind screams in your ears, tearing at your resolve. Rain stings your face like 1,000 tiny needles. The sky cracks open with thunder and the ground beneath you trembles as if it's about to swallow you whole. People might not see the fire in your eyes. They might not hear the song of your dreams over the howling chaos. Your vision, your precious, fragile, beautiful vision, might feel like a candle flickering in a hurricane, one gust away from being snuffed out. But here's where you rise. You still have to stand strong. When the weight of it all presses down like a mountain on your shoulders, when your mind screams that you're too small, too weak, too tired to keep going, you don't listen. You dig deeper. You reach into that hidden well of grit, the one buried beneath the scars and the fears, the one no one else can see or steal. You find that spark, that stubborn, defiant ember that whispers, I'm still here. I'm still alive. I'm still fighting. And you fan it into a blaze. You don't need permission to keep standing. You don't need a crowd chanting your name to hold your ground. What you need is courage, the kind that grows in the cracks of hardship, the kind that turns a lone figure into a fortress, unshaken by the tempest swirling around it. This storm? It's not here to break you. It's here to show you what you're made of. Being alone doesn't mean you're lost in some endless void, abandoned and forgotten. It's not a punishment. It's a privilege. It means you're walking a path so rare, so bold, that others don't even know where to step. You're carving your way through the wilderness of life, machete in hand, cutting through the thorns of doubt and the vines of fear. You've got something inside you, something fierce, something electric, something that crackles like lightning waiting to strike. Can you feel it? That restless energy, that quiet hum of potential. It's yours to awaken. We're all born with gifts, with talents that simmer beneath the surface like a river of molten gold, waiting for the right moment to burst forth and dazzle the world. But here's the hard truth. Not everyone will stay to witness your eruption. Not everyone will kneel beside you when the earth shakes beneath your feet. Some will turn away, too blinded by their own shadows to see your light. Some will whisper that you're chasing a fool's dream, that you're too small to climb so high. And that's perfectly fine, because this solitude, this sacred, untouchable space, is your crucible. It's your time to grow, to stretch your roots deep into the soil of your soul. It's your chance to reflect, to sit with your fears, wrestle with your doubts, and ask the big questions. Who am I? What am I fighting for? It's your opportunity to build something so solid, so unshakable that no force on earth can topple it. Alone doesn't mean empty, it means free. Free to become, free to rise, free to claim every inch of the greatness you were born to wield. When the doubters gather like vultures, circling overhead, waiting for you to fall, don't flinch. When the naysayers hurl their stones, their words sharp and cold, trying to chip away at your resolve, don't waver. Shut out the noise. Tune out the endless drone of negativity, the chatter of small minds, the hiss of jealousy, the clatter of a world too afraid to dream as big as you do. Instead, turn inward. Listen to your passion. It's the rhythm that drives you, the pulse that keeps you moving when your legs ache and your spirit sags. Listen to your heart. It's the compass that points true north, even when the map is torn and the stars are hidden. Listen to your truth, the quiet, steady voice that's been whispering to you since the beginning. You've got this. You were made for this. Keep pushing forward, even when the path twists into a labyrinth of shadows. Keep trusting in the dream that refuses to let you sleep, the one that paints your nights with colors no one else can see. Keep believing, even when the voices around you fall silent, when the hands that once held you up let go. You don't need a stadium roaring your name to know your worth. You don't need a chorus of approval to take the next step. All you need is the fire in your gut, the wild, untamed blaze that no one can douse. It's your guide, your fuel, your North Star. This isn't about them, it's about you, stripped down to your core, raw and real, stepping into the person you were always destined to become. So silence the noise and let your fire scream. And when the road stretches into a desert of despair, when you feel like you've hit the end of your strength, when your knees buckle and your spirit hangs by a thread, don't look left or right for a savior to swoop in. Look up. There's a higher power out there, something vast, something ancient, something woven into the fabric of the universe that placed you here, right now, for a reason. You're not a speck of dust drifting aimlessly through the cosmos. You're not a mistake scribbled in the margins of existence. You're a spark of something divine, a piece of eternity wrapped in flesh and bone, a force meant to light up the shadows. Your life is in your hands. Yes, every choice, every stumble, every triumph belongs to you. But it's also cradled by something greater, something good, something that whispers through the wind, glimmers in the sunrise, and beats in the quiet moments when you feel most alone. You are enough. You are here for a purpose. Every breath you draw is a chance to rise higher, to reach further, to claw your way toward the destiny stitched into your very being. So refuse to bow down. Refuse to break. Stand up, dust yourself off, and shout it into the void. I won't quit. I won't fade. I will rise. Because you're not just surviving this life. You're claiming it. You're building it. You're leaving a legacy that will echo long after the dust settles. You're not alone in the way that matters. There's a force beyond the stars rooting for you, pushing you, believing in you even when you forget to believe in yourself. This is your time, ladies and gentlemen. This is your hour of reckoning. When the world turns its back, when the odds stack up like towering giants casting long, menacing shadows, let that be your fuel. When the ground cracks and the sky falls, when every door slams shut and every bridge burns, let that be your signal to rise. Work harder than anyone thought possible. Let your sweat be your war paint, your effort your battle cry. Dream bigger than anyone can fathom. Let your imagination stretch beyond the edges of the map, into realms uncharted and unbound. Stand taller than anyone believed you could. Let your silhouette against the storm be a monument to your resilience. You're not here to shrink into the background, to blend into the gray hum of mediocrity. You're here to break through, to shatter ceilings, to defy gravity, to rewrite the rules of what's possible. Let them stare in confusion as you climb. Let them whisper their doubts as you soar. Let them scoff as you carve your name into the stone of history. Because when you rise alone, you don't just stand, you fly. You become a beacon piercing the night, a flame dancing in the wind, a story that roars through the ages. Take this day, this fleeting, fragile, ferocious day, and own it. If it's just you against the chaos, then let it be you. Bold, unbroken, unstoppable. Rise above the nonsense that weighs others down. Rise above the fear that chains the timid. Rise above the limits others try to shackle you with. Because you are enough, more than enough. You are powerful beyond measure. You are destined to shine like a supernova in a sky of fading stars. So here's your challenge, your call to arms. your line in the sand. Never give up. When the ground quakes beneath you, when the voices of support dissolve into silence, when the weight of your dreams threatens to crush you, stand anyway. If you fall, and you will because we all do, claw your way back up, dirt under your nails, fire in your eyes. If you fail, and failure will come sharp and bitter, let it teach you, let it forge you, then rise again stronger than before. You're not here to bend to the whims of the wind, to kneel before the storms of life. You're here to bend the world to your will, to shape it with your hands, your heart, your unrelenting spirit. Let this be the day you decide, I am my own strength. I am my own light. I am my own salvation. No one can take that from you. Not the doubters, not the darkness, not the deafening roar of defeat. No one can dim the blaze that's yours alone to wield. So stand tall, stand firm, and fight the good fight every single day of your life. Fight through the tears, through the exhaustion, through the moments when you feel like a speck against the infinite. Because you, yes, you, are capable of greatness that shakes the earth. You are a force no army can reckon with, no storm can drown. And when you rise alone, when you plant your flag on the peak of your own impossible mountain, the world will see what you've known in your bones all along. Nothing, nothing can stop you. You are the storm now. You are the fire. You are the dawn breaking over a world that dared to doubt you. So rise, warrior. Rise, dreamer. Rise, unstoppable you. And never, ever give up.